Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Call Haloyam, Adonai Yahweh, Hashem Shah Malaki Yahushai, Bashim Kakatash, double honor to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, peace citations to the hopeful elect, Haba Yashah Malak Dawadah, the house of King David, and to the fusion of faces of the heathen nations where identity goes back to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, the royal holy chosen sea line. Shalom. And the title of this video is going to be named "Our Women Are Cruel Like Ostriches, Like Wild Ostriches." So I know I'm gonna bring out a couple articles and a few scriptures. I don't know how y'all can be edified. And starting off with this article, it says, "Mom arrested for abandoning 7-year-old son in LA train station." I tried looking for the mother's face, seemed like I can't find it, but whatever. Most likely she looked like a piece of shit anyway. So just like the other examples I have to show you, but guys, let me start off with this. The boy found at Union Station in Los Angeles. A mother who abandoned her 7-year-old son at a bustling train station in downtown Los Angeles was arrested after she returned to the station about 19 hours later, police said Thursday. The boy wasn't able to communicate with police, who said they were trying to determine if he had any medical issues or development issues. Workers at cafe and Union stations first saw the boy and a woman eating together Wednesday evening. They began to worry later when he ran into the kitchen alone and they realized the woman was nowhere in sight, said Adrian Garrett, supervisor at Cafe Crepe. Garrett said she and other workers looked for the woman to no avail, but she wandered back about 30 minutes later, prompting one worker to tell her that she could be taking care of her child. We asked her to come back, but she literally walked out the front door. Garrett said she did not even acknowledge anything at all. She was silent and kept walking, and that's when we decided to get security. Police brought the boy an ice cream, and when he still appeared hungry, Garrett said she gave him some chicken fingers, french fries, and apple juice. The mother was captured on surveillance video walking with the boy outside Union Station and was seen walking away alone. A family friend watching a television news report about the case recognized the boy and called his family, who contacted police, said Detective Megan Aguilar, a police spokeswoman. The boy was reunited with family members Thursday afternoon. A short time later, the boy's biological mother returned to the train station after officers recognized her from surveillance video. She was taken into custody, Aguilar said. The woman was booked on a suspicion of felony child endangerment and remained jailed on a $100,000 bail. Investigators are still looking into what would have caused the mother to leave her son at the train station and whether she ever tried to contact authorities. She could potentially face child abandonment or neglect child neglect charges, police said. Garrett said she was heartbroken for the boy when he was left alone. I don't understand how anyone in their right mind would do that, she said. It's a young boy. It's the 4th of July and it's Union Station. Anything can happen. It's really upsetting. She felt comfortable leaving him here, even though 4th of July is not really, and these other pagan holidays are not holidays you're supposed to celebrate anyway. But, it's still upsetting that how a mother could do something like this. Yeah, that's really. And there's another article here. This one is a different but it's like 4 years ago. It says mom abandoned baby at subway station found dead in Mississippi River. She's so fucking ugly. It's not even funny. Look like a damn. It says a woman who abandoned her baby at a Manhattan subway station was found dead. Her body mysteriously floating in the Mississippi River, police said, who ditched her 10-month-old girl on a Columbus Circle station platform 2 years ago, was found by a boat crew in St. Louis on Wednesday, police sources said. Cops and medical examiners called the death suspicious and were baffled by why Dabbs, who had no known ties to Missouri, was in that area. It's certainly not a natural death to be found in the river, St. Louis chief medical investigator Rose Sauter said. That spent nearly a year in psychiatric facility after she pushed her daughter's stroller onto a 59th Street station platform and rode the train, leaving the infant to fend for herself in July 2014, according to law enforcement sources. The psych treatment counted towards her 1 year jail sentence after she pled guilty to child abandonment in June 2015, according to court documents. It wasn't immediately clear when she was released, but she later moved to Opelika, Florida, according to St. Louis police. After the 2014 arrest, she told cops she was homeless and could no longer take care of her daughter, Melania Love Edmonds. But I mean, I don't know why the fuck was she, if she can't take care of the daughter, why couldn't she just gave it to set it up for foster care? I guess for them to take care of it and hope for the best for that kid, or give it to a church or something that's willing to adopt it. You know, why would she put it in a train station? So fucking stupid. You know that bitch have demons on her for doing something like that. It says on Wednesday, a firefighter plucked the remains of her body from the river by the boat. Her uncle Freddie Edmonds of Roanoke Rapids, um, North Carolina, was heartbroken. She was a good person with a good heart. She had issues that she didn't really know how to deal with, Edmonds told the St. Louis Dispatch. Emotional problems were triggered by witnessing the murder of her boyfriend years ago, he said. Being so young, witnessing a murder like that's going to have some effect on you. Being young and not making the best decisions, we all fall into making bad decisions when we're young, and when even some when we're older, he said. He claimed she was a good mother despite the arrest. There was no doubt that she took care of that baby, Edmonds said. Dabbs told cops she was from North Carolina and new to Big Apple in 2014. The infant showed no signs of trauma and was placed in the care of city's administration for children's services. So yeah, I mean, pretty much that was pretty much her judgment for leaving that child. So you know, I don't care. That's good for her for abandoning her child like that. That's what she fucking get. And one more article, because I could bring out many articles about these wicked ass women being careless about their children, and it's mostly Judite women that that treats their children like this and do these things to their children. Mostly you see the Southern Kingdom woman doing it, and then you may have a few instances where some other Kingdom woman will do it, but the Southern Kingdom, the oppression is really worse on them, so they're gonna do it more. Mm-mm-mm. She looked like a demon. This don't look like no woman. This is a demonic nigger bitch. All those examples I brought up were pretty much nigger bitches abandoning their children. That's disgusting. They look nasty too. It says newborn baby dies after mother douses it in flammable liquid and sets it on fire in the middle of a road. Now that's the worst out of all the other articles. This bitch didn't even leave it alive. This bitch wanted it to burn to death. She looked like a damn demon. Hope something like that happened to her, because she gets burned to death and slowly, because that's what she deserves. How you gonna do this to a child? That's really sick. She deserves to have a horrible death. It says a newborn baby has died after its mother allegedly doused it in a flammable liquid, set it alight, and left it burning in a road. Damn, this is really so graphic. It's like you can. Mm-mm-mm. Witnesses say 22-year-old Hyfern Kimberly Dorvillier got out of her car and stopped in the middle of a Simontown Road in Pemberton Township, New Jersey on Friday night and burned the child alive. Medics rushed to the scene and airlifted the young child, which was still alive and breathing when they arrived, to St. Christopher's Hospital in Philadelphia with severe burns. Slovakia. Witnesses say the 22-year-old mother got out of her car and stopped in the middle of the Simontown Road in Pemberton Township, New Jersey on Friday night and burned the child alive. Look disgusting. Hyper Kimberly Villiers has been charged with murdering her newborn baby. Her bail has been set at 50,000. That's less than that other woman that abandoned her child at the station. But it says, however, the baby succumbed to its injuries a short time later. Emergency services were called to the scene after residents described a commotion inside a nearby home before the horrific act. The woman who witnesses say lit the child on fire was taken to the Borough Hospital in Brown Mills So New Jersey, according to NBC. Philadelphia. She was then arrested after her condition stabilized. Neighbor Dave Joseph, 45, told Bucks County Courier-Times the woman said she was burning dog feces and said she had a calm demeanor. Wow. Mr. Joseph's wife then noticed what really what was really going on and screamed. The woman then tried to flee, but residents stopped her. He said it was just mind boggling. It was a nightmare. Even if you have a strong heart, hopefully she'll pay for it. Yeah, the Most High have an evil side to him that he's gonna really unleash on that evil, wicked bitch. Megs rushed to the scene and airlifted the young child to St. Christopher's Hospital in Philadelphia with several burns and succumbed to injuries a short time later. A statement by the Burlington County prosecutors, Burlington County prosecutor Robert D. Bernardi and Pemberton Township Police Chief David H. Johnson announced today that a Pemberton Township woman has been charged with killing her newborn baby by setting her ablaze last night on Simonton Town Road. And that's just disrespectful. How she said she just burning dog feces. That's horrible. How she call her own children dog shit? She looked like a fucking ostrich shit. That's what she looked like for saying that. Um, Hypern Kimberly Dorvillier. That's a retarded ass name. I'm sorry to say that. Hypern Kimberly. Just say Kimberly. Like what the fuck? Why the name for that? Age 22 of Rutgers Avenue in Pemberton Township was charged with one count of murder. Bail was set at 500,000 by the HON GNT Covert JSC. Dorvillier was lodged in the Burlington County Corrections and Work Release Center in Pemberton Township. Officers from the Pemberton Township Police Department were dispatched to Simonton Road just before 11 p.m. yesterday after a resident called to report the fire in the roadway. At approximately 11:15, the baby was airlifted to St. Christopher's Hospital in Philadelphia and was reported to be alive and breathing. At the time, the baby died approximately 2 hours later. Damn. The investigation revealed that the infant had been doused with an accelerant prior to be setting ablaze. Dorvillier was taken into custody at the scene. The autopsy will be performed by Burlington County Medical Examiner Dr. Ian Hood. The details of the baby's birth are being investigated. The investigation is being conducted by the detectives from the Pemberton Township Police Department and Burlington County Prosecutor's Office. Wow. That's just mind blowing. Like the shit that. Wow. I'm telling you, those bitches that I showed you look chopped. Oh my god, on some shit. They look disgusting. Alright, so let me see. I'm gonna start off with Lamentations 4 and 3. It says, even the sea monsters draw out the breasts they give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. That's why I named the title, our women are cruel like, wild ostriches. Yeah. You got sea monsters in the ocean, like I'm talking about like some big ass sea monsters, not even whales. I'm talking about like sea monsters that people will probably think that don't exist, that are out there. You know, I know one of the examples when I did the video of Leviathan. Yeah, you got sea monsters almost about comparable to that size. You know, even though Leviathan is like the top sea monster, but you got other sea monsters as well that that care for their children in the sea. So yeah, and then when it's coming to our people, our women, they don't care for their children like that. They bottle feed their children, and breastfeeding your children is good, you know. And then the funny thing is, even if they breastfeed their children, they some of them like to do it like whores, like on social media, to to always to show out their breasts or whatever, just as a way to gain attention and clout. Everything is like a fucking, attention, and everything is a clout gain in this country, all for vainglory and fame. So some of them will do shit like that just to gain a lot of attention. Like, breastfeeding your child, you're only supposed to do that shit at home, and nobody's supposed to see that, but um but your man, at least, yeah. But these women, they were posting on social media like they're fucking whores and act like it's all natural. But why the fuck everybody gotta see how your breasts look? At least have a towel, or like, cover yourself, and you know but why the fuck people gotta look at your. And then another thing is that for the most part, our women, they just give their children, they just mostly feed their children plastic bottles, out of the they just feed them milk from the plastic bottles. They don't really breastfeed their children. That's why our women don't do that. And if you look in history, back in the time of slavery, our women would breastfeed the white children back in slavery, and that's what, because like, our people, like, we have like a lot of melanin. We have, like, Israelites, they had a lot of melanin at the time to do that, you know. So yeah, pretty much our women are supposed to be breastfeeding their children, but they're not doing that shit. So yeah, it's really messed up. Instead, they want to ride a cockatiel, and they want to ride from dick to dick, and that's a shame. So it says in Job 39. Let me see. I start at verse 14. Wait, no, wait. No, I start at verse 13. It says, "Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain, because Yahweh hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding." So yeah, even these women can't understand how to take care of their children and raise their children right. That's how sad it is. All they understand is how to shake their nasty, stinking ass, and But this is also another curse from Deuteronomy 28. I'll get that out. Um, Let me see. Yeah, it goes right here. 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward her husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear, for she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege and straitness, wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Yeah. And pretty much all these women, when they have children, all they want to do is look for, like, for a way to put that man on child support, and put that man, on alimony, stuff like that. So, to get more benefits out the man, to strip the man of his resources. That's what women do. You know, these women are just nothing but wicked ass witches. That's why they look like fucking ostriches. I'm gonna show you the personality of an ostrich. I'm gonna show you what they do with their eggs, how they abandon their eggs. You know, why does an ostrich abandon her eggs when she senses danger? I know this article might support the reason why it does, but it's pretty much evil if to abandon your children at any cost, especially, well, because most animals will defend their children even unto death. But clearly an ostrich don't do that, and there might be a few other animals in the animal kingdom that might not protect their eggs as well. But You know, all I know is for now is ostrich, but it says ostrich and her eggs. Ostriches are polygamous, and the hens are not overtly concerned about their eggs. These are gathered into a communal nest, but some are left outside. When ostriches sense danger, they temporarily abandon their eggs or chicks. Does this imply that an ostrich lacks mother instincts? By no means. Actually, seeming the neglect of the ostrich works for its preservation. Those eggs carelessly left outside in nests are sometimes needed to feed new chicks. When an ostrich abandons its eggs or the chicks, this is meant to distract enemies. Sometimes ostriches display amazing bravery when doing this. One ostrich, on seeing an approaching truck, abandoned her chicks and ran toward the vehicle. Then she veered to the side of it with one of her wings sagging, feigning injury. Wow. All right. Let me see. There was another. Yeah, it's right here. Some book from Google. Trying to see. All right. I started the ostrich. I started on page 45. The ostrich egg is the largest in the world. Creamy in color with a shiny surface, pitted with pores of various sizes, 15 centimeters in length and 1.9 kilogram in weight. Ironically, in relation to the female total weight, they are among the smallest in the bird kingdom, um, representing less than 1% of body weight. This egg to body mass ratio means that the ostrich can lay many eggs without any great impact on its health. The fertile eggs in the nest are looked after only by the cock or the most dominant cock when there is more than one in a group. Pause. In major hen, the eggs hatch within 6 weeks. The chicks are well looked after and reach sexual maturity at between 2 and 4 years old. In one study, the average clutch size for each nest was 26 to 7 eggs. The peak in egg laying occurs at the beginning of the wet season. After the first rainfalls, there's plenty of succulent vegetation available, which is important for the female ostrich and her future chicks. Predation of nests can be quite high, with 80% of nests being abandoned or destroyed by their predators. Single eggs often laid in the bush are less likely to be found and eaten, but still around 60% are lost. If a female ostrich is ready to lay and there is no fresh nest to lay the egg in, she will lay her single egg alone away from the nest or in another male ostrich. That sounds similar to how our woman would do. They will have a child, in somewhere they will have a child at their home with different men or somewhere else, in another man's territory, another man's house. That's what our woman will do. And if, so it says invest in time and energy in incubating eggs, which is like warming the eggs. That's what incubating is. Communal in origin is obviously something the dominant male and female have to negotiate. Too large um a brood is unmanageable and too small not worthwhile. The selective behavior has given rise to the biblical parable of the female ostrich abandoning her young to fate. And that's the what I said in Job 39 and Lamentations 4 and 3. The ostrich breeding system has been found be more complex than it at first seems. Studies have shown that up to 70% of the eggs in any one clutch were not from the resident territorial male or major hen and were related to the minor hens. To complicate matters further, the dominant male mated with ostrich outside his territory while the major hen laid eggs as a minor hen in surrounding nests. Communal nesting and monogamous parenting may seem at odds, but this behavior has evolved to overcome pressures of high egg predation that arise from such large camouflage eggs, and then to protect the hatched chicks by paying them close attention. And then, you know, these ostriches, they don't really pay that much attention to taking care of their eggs. You know, that's why they lost a lot of eggs. So that's how it is. All right. So this is the part that I wanted to get on. So it says right here. Um, Probably make this the last. Yeah, the last article. It says in San Diego zoo.org. It says the dominant or alpha hen mates with territorial male, and they share task of incubating the eggs and caring for the chicks. The other females may mate with that male or wandering males and then lay their eggs in the same nest as the main hen's eggs, a communal dump nest that is little more than a shallow depression scratched in the dirt by the male. The main hen puts her eggs in the center of the nest to make sure they have the best chance of hatching, but many of the other eggs may also be incubated. So yeah, and back in going to what it was saying about the that the female may mate with that male or wondering or other wondering males. That's what our women do. You know, they do that type of shit. And I'm trying to see because I when I was looking about this stuff, I saw like there was other important parts. Um, Let me see. All right, I'll pretty much just leave it at that. Yeah, I thought I found something else, but nah. Yeah, so that's pretty much how it is. Most of these women that we deal with, they're you look at their nasty ass chicken heads. That's what they have. They don't really have no real hair, according to Isaiah 3:16. The Most High has cursed them with with a scab of their head, and they have burning instead of beauty. So they have no knowledge of using the natural oils. They have no knowledge of using that to clean their nasty, vaginal hole between their legs, which is like a disgusting hole filled with a lot of men's sperm in there, like a petri dish of fucking destruction. Like Apostle Gabar said about in one of his videos. I saw him he used a quote that I think this guy named Sotomayor used basically. But yeah. And another thing is that these women you even have the apostles telling women how they're supposed to clean themselves, how they're supposed to take baths, and they don't do that. Ain't that what ostriches don't do? Ostriches don't take baths, ostriches don't shower. These women are nasty. They're not even women, because a woman is a female servant. A woman will really know how to clean themselves. A woman will really know how to serve their man. They will know how to raise children and take care of children. These are bitches. I'm talking about nigga bitches. That's what they are. They don't have their real hair. Even when I grow out my afro, my hair is longer than most of theirs. It's a shame. I seen my little brother even have hair like at one point longer than them past his shoulders. Even my younger brother had hair past longer than these most of these women I see. Most of these bitches I see. Yeah, bitches are very heartless and careless. They're like fucking hobgoblins and witches. All they do is smoke and excessively smoke weed and drink. Yeah. So, hope I made the lesson edifying. Like to give all glory, praises, honor to Adonai Yahweh, Bashem Shamalak Yahweh Shai, Bashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone. Peace salutations to the hopeful elect. Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Shalak Rayam, Adawam Yam, Wa Abad Babal, Shalom.